It's time to take your pub quiz to the next level. It's time to hold a race night. Hi guys, welcome back. This is your first time here, hit the subscribe button. So in this video today, I'm going to show you how to take your pub quiz to the next level. Do your pub quiz, have a break, come back and host a race night. Some people don't know what a race night is. It's like a virtual day at the horse races. Horse races on screen, you'll bet on your horse. Horse comes in, you win some money. It's great when you're down the pub or at a party, but you can still do it in this virtual environment, and I'm going to show you how to do it over Zoom. So what I'm going to show you is the way I did it. Now I did it over Zoom. There were 5 races and I used a product that I already owned, but I've linked down in the bottom where you can buy this product on Amazon. It's a ready-made host your own race night kit. All you need out of that kit is the races. Now this can be done for free. You can search YouTube for race night races. There's loads on there. Pick 5, pick however many you want, download them and use them. I ended up using real money. We didn't use the odds. It was just £1 per person, per horse, per race. We'll go into that in a bit. You don't have to use money if you don't. You can just use credits, top up everybody's credits to find out who's run the evening. Again, we'll go into that in later on. The beauty of this is it's so adaptable. However you want to do it, however many people, however many races, how you want to charge, how long you want it to last. What you're going to see is how I did it. And you just have to chop and change how you want to host your own race night. You can do this on your own. You'll be spinning a lot of plates, you'll be sorting the Zoom out, you'll be taking the bets in from everybody. Ideally, you need a second person, a helper. They act as the bookie almost, and they will take all the bets in and let you know once the bet's in, so you can do your director bit on Zoom, host a party and play the races. What I advise you to do before the evening starts is, if you're playing for money, is get the money in off everybody before you start. What you don't want to be doing is when the event starts and you open up on Zoom, exchanging bank details, trying to get everybody to pay, pulling it in, it just elongates it. Set how much you want. I put it at £5 per person. That's 5 races. You get 1 bet per race and it's £1 per race. There were 16 of us on the race night, so even before I started I had a prize pot of £80. Before you start, if you've bought the ready-made race kit that I've suggested in the description, get the DVDs, upload them so they're digital and they're ready there to go when you start your race. If you've downloaded them, again, get them into one location, clearly marked, so there's no faffing about when you've got to actually click that race. And I know this is meant to be fun, but you have to have a set of rules. Rules is probably a strong word. Just how the night's going to run. I'm going to show you how I did mine. Because it's on Zoom, I like to use PowerPoint for that sort of stuff. So I've written a few PowerPoint slides and I'll show you how I wrote mine later on. And as I mentioned, you've got a second person. Just make sure they know what you're doing, because you're working as a team and it'll run smoothly. Okay, if you've got all that together and you know how you want to run it, it's time for race night and to set it up. Have a look at this. Okay, so one of the first things you need to do is obviously log into Zoom and log into your meeting. You need to wait till everyone's arrived before you start going through the rules. Even if they've received the rules before the event, it's probably a good idea to reiterate them. Once everyone's arrived and they've been ticked off by your helper, you are ready to start the event. I put my rules into PowerPoint. So bring that up and on your meeting, just share your screen and then start the PowerPoint presentation. Now I did this, don't have to follow this. This is just something I've done. It just lets players know where they stand. This was for, again, 16 people paying £5 each for entry for 5 races. So the prize fund stands at £80. Let them know that. 1 horse per race, £1 each. So there's no ambiguity there. I give each player a player number. This was for a code we use when they send in through how they wanted to bet. However you want to use it. If you just want them to text in with their name, the horse name, and all that sort of stuff, it's up to you. But I used a player number. Cut down a lot of time when they were sending their text, their bets. Which race will be used will be turning randomly. Like I said, you can just choose 5 races and use them 5, or if you've got a load of races, you can come up with a way to get them chosen randomly by the people that are taking part. All I did, again, I issued everybody with a player number. I used a random number generator online. I brought that up on screen. That generated a random number. That told me which player has a choice. I then had a pack of cards. I removed the aces to give me 48 cards. On the back of those 48 cards, I just wrote the numbers 1 to 48. I asked the person that was chosen to choose a card, and whatever the card they chosen we'd use that race number. Okay, so that was point number 4. Point number 5, once the race was decided, I then brought up the race screen. Now the race screen, I'll show you in a second, lists the 8 horses, and it lists the one I used. It lists odds for the race. Now although we weren't playing for odds, I thought it was good enough for the participants to see that, because the odds reflected the horse race at the time. So the shortest odd was obviously for the favourite, and the long shots add the odds, so you could see who was more likely to win. The next point was, and then while everyone's deciding, I went through each horse individually. That's the option you get on these DVDs if you choose to buy it. You get to go and see each horse individually in more detail, see their going, how they've performed in their last races, so people can make an informed choice. And it just gives that, it just fills that time where everyone's deciding what they want to do. They're texting your helper's writing down what people are going through, and there's no dead space. So there's still stuff on the screen, there's still stuff happening. And that's this bit here. You're then showing each horse in detail for 15 seconds. Just closes that dead space. Now I'm just going to show you this just in case you want to use it. There's nothing scientific or complicated about it, but this is how we got the evening moving quickly, so people weren't just waiting around. So this is the code I used. They decided on the horse. Now there was one spokesperson per household. That's the person who sent the money in, who is going to send the text in with everybody's bets in that household, and that's where all the winnings, if there is any, will be returned to. So you're not dealing with everybody individually, just 3 or 4 bank accounts, and you're getting 3 or 4 texts with all the information on. So this is the text that we received. There's a little screenshot here, but this is the code. So race number 1, and this was a 4-person household, so that is person number 3 wants to bet on horse number 7, person number 5 wants to bet on horse number 1, number 7, number 2, number 4, number 8. So it was my wife who was doing my second person. Once she received this code onto a table, again I'll show you the table. So on screen now you can just see the table. It's pretty simple. It just lists however many people are participating with their names, a column each for how many races you're having, and then a final column. As the text were coming in, my wife was writing down the number of the horse that person was betting on for that particular race. It was very quick, to be honest. I was quite surprised how efficient it went. And then once she gave me the nod that she's had a number from everybody, we could start the race. So this leads me on to point number 8. Once all the bets are in, I will start the race. G them up. Make sure you know your jockey colours and cheer your race on. It's good to see that on the screen. Once a race is finished, again on the ones I use, it zooms in on the horse race that's finished, and there's a confirmation there. It confirms 1st to 3rd place, because you can do all each way bets and all that sort of stuff. But all we're bothered about is who won the race. And then it says there, this is the big thing. You need to reiterate what pays out. Only winning horses are paid out on. And as we had 16 people on £1 each per horse, the maximum you could win on each race is £16. I'll caveat that, which happened in mine. Nobody won on the first race because a horse came in that no one betted on. So the second race, the prize fund was £32. There you go, which is good for the people. And then it's just reiterating when it came down to the end. Once all races have been won, all winning will be added up, household, returned to the account where payment came from. Makes it easier. You're only returning 5 amounts, depending on how many households there are. Not 16 people are getting stuff, just 4 accounts. Good luck, let's race. So once you're at that bit, you'd go into your choosing the races, or you just go into your first race, have your races ready. Once the rules have been read out, we're ready to go to the first race. Either choose your first race and ask people to bet, or in my case, get someone to choose a random number, and we are left with, let's say, race number 7. We'd pull up race number 7, which shows 8 horses that we're running. Now people can make a bet from this. Like I said, in mine, the odds do reflect the ability of the horse on that day. So obviously 16 to 1 Lascat was an outsider, and then you're looking at horse number 7 as the favourite. If you're playing for odds, you'd well work all them out. I suggest you don't play for odds. It's just a winner takes all. Now people can make their bets on that, no problem. This is where the bets will start coming in, so you need to fill that gap. So all I did is I went to each horse individually, and you could do that on these DVDs, and it just gives you a little bit more information. on each horse. Bets are coming in all the time, so just go through each one, 1 to 8, and then hopefully by you get to horse number 8, everybody's made the bet. What you're waiting for is that nod from your helper to say all bets are in. No problem. Let's go back and you click watch the race. I just want to reiterate an important point when you're sharing your screen on Zoom and you need audio. I've heard a lot of times where people are not getting the audio through from the host that's sharing the screen, and that's because they're playing the audio from out the speakers hoping it goes down their mic. The wrong way to do it. There's two ways you can do it. When you click on share your screen at the bottom here, it'll say share computer sound. So you select your horse race, select share computer sound. If once you've shared your screen, you are now sharing, you can also go to the top in more and go to share computer sound. This means the sound will directly come from the computer straight out to Zoom. You'll get a much crisper sound and everybody will be able to hear. So just make sure that's selected when you start it. So once that's selected, obviously, just hit watch the race. There you have it. The race will start. It's all lining up, ready to go. Watch the race. I won't spoil it in case you are using this, but at the end of the race, you will have a winner. And then all that happens is you announce the winner, they cheer, you enter the winnings in the table as shown before, and you rinse and repeat, and then go to the second race that you've got planned, or get them to choose a second race. There's not much to it, guys. Once you get that sort of done, the evening sort of runs itself. It's the same process over and over again, depending on how many races you have. Have fun. There you are, you're ready to go for your race night. It's a fantastic evening. You'll see people shouting at the TV screens, screaming on their horse. You'll really see the emotion flowing. If you enjoyed that video, please give me a like. In the comment section, let me know how you get on with your race night. If you haven't seen my Zoom pub quiz video, that's here. And I'd love it if you could subscribe to my channel. There's lots more to come. For now, guys, enjoy yourself. Have a good race night. See you next time.